Mr. Taliaferro TV. All right, I want to make this clear. We've been talking Lonzo Ball a lot as of late, and I see a lot of people kind of mixed on him. Is he going to be a good player? Is he going to be a bust? Is he going to be a great talent? Let me explain something to you guys. Here's why Lonzo Ball will be an all-time great Laker. So the first thing people will say is it's his talent. Have you seen him get off the ground? He's such an athletic specimen. He's okay. But we've seen all-time great specimens before. We've seen guys who can win dunk competitions but can't touch the NBA court. We've seen that before. It's not because he's an all-time great athlete. Passing. Oh, it has to be Lonzo Ball's passing ability. We haven't seen point guards like Lonzo Ball pass the basketball. Yes, you have. You've seen it. Speaking of the Lakers, hell, somebody that was supposed to be a teammate of Lonzo Ball's D'Angelo Russell, when he was at Ohio State just a couple years ago, he passed it with the best of them. His feel for the game was impeccable. Well, Lonzo Ball's going to be great because he has to, because of his dad and the pressure. Man, do you know how many players have pressure on them because of their families in the past? We're just seeing it all unfold with LeVar Ball on social media. It's not the passing. It's not his father. It's not any of that. It's his shooting. Oh, Lonzo Ball, he's a slept-on, really good, decent shooter. That's going to be a great attribute for the Lakers. They need shooting. Lonzo Ball, the release is kind of ugly, but once it gets to the release point, it's pretty good. It's not his shooting. He's a good shooter. It's not his shooting. What makes Lonzo Ball so different is that he has something that, I'm sorry guys, it's just not prevalent at his age. Talk about this all the time. It's an intangible. He gets this thing called life. He's mature. That's what it is. All the other stuff is cool, and let's be clear. To get to this point, you got to have the other stuff. But what's going to make him an all-time great Laker is his maturity. You know how many guys have came in and out the league and they've been talented? I can name you 1,000 guys. You know how talented J.R. Smith was coming out of high school? You know how talented Dwight Howard was coming out of high school? You know what they didn't have or lack? That maturity. That's what Lonzo Ball has. At that age, what, 19, 20 years old? You can't even describe, you can't even put a value on how mature this brother is. His dad is doing everything, taking his shirts off at wrestling events. He's on TV shows more than Lonzo, and LeVar Ball ain't get drafted. Lonzo's remained steady. He's militant in his approach. He listens and trusts his dad. He listens to him. He trusts him. His dad has grew him up to be militant. So despite his dad doing all that, Lonzo has remained militant. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's what this thing called life is about. How many people that was smarter than me in my class at every level of life? But I always understood this thing called life. I just get it. And I was listening to 2 Chainz's new album. He said something about sorry that you weren't built with hustle in you. That was a real fact. I'm sorry. A lot of people just don't understand the component of life and get it. I've probably met maybe 20 people in my lifetime that I feel like really get it all the way. Maybe 20 in my life. I'm 23. I haven't met Lonzo Ball, but I just can tell he gets it. These moments are not too high for him because he understands the concept of this is just basketball. Yeah, there's pressures, but I mean, it's just basketball. Life is more important than just basketball. I know people say ball is life, but life ain't the ball. Lonzo Ball, no pun intended, is going to be an all-time great Laker because he has this trait that Magic had, that Kobe Bryant has, that LeBron James has, that Steph Curry has. They get this component of life. I kept that list pretty short. A lot of guys don't understand the component of life. And there's still a lot of great players in the NBA that they're really good, but I mean, they're really great, but they don't fully get life because they'd be better. They'd be champions right now. Lonzo's going to be an all-time great because he possesses those skills, but it's more than that. It's his maturity level. That's why he's the point guard of the Lakers and D'Angelo Russell isn't. That's why D'Angelo Russell got traded. D'Angelo Russell is going to be a guy that's going to probably at some point in his career average you 23, 24 points a game and 8, 9, possibly 10 assists. He has that talent, but he lacked the maturity to go with it. He didn't understand the moment and how privileged he was to be the starting point guard of a top 3 prestigious franchise, not only in the NBA, but in sports. He didn't understand that moment, but you have to be mature to understand that moment. And hey, you're drafting 18, 19-year-old kids. What do you expect? Some have it, some don't. Lonzo Ball at an early age, he has that very rare trait. It's maturity. And that's why I believe this brother is going to be special. Will the averages show it? No, he might just average 19 and 11 his entire career. Might. That's really good, though. And you'll take that if he's getting everybody involved. Lonzo Ball will be an all-time great Laker. I believe that. Subscribe for more content like this.